a king's kid. My father is the king over everything. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe.
G'day there, everyone. So glad that you could all join us again on King's Kids. Isn't it great to be part of the most important royal family in the universe? Sons and daughters of God. In our rapidly changing world, things don't always go the way we thought they would. But don't ever forget that God's got this. He is still the king of the universe. No matter what happens around us, we can have peace in our heart. Just ask him. Today we're going to be looking at Jesus the servant. Jesus showed us how we can serve others. The verse to remember this week is, "Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet." That's found in John 13:14. See if you can learn that verse off by heart. Anyway, King's Kids, let's get on with it.
I'm a king's kid, yes I'm a king's kid. My father is the king over everything. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. I'm a king's kid, yes I'm a king's kid. My father is the king over everything. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. He gives me peace that passeth all understanding, the joy that overflows. Isn't it just totally amazing, the love that my Father shows? I'm a king's kid, yes I'm a king's kid. My Father is the king over everything. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. I'm a king's kid, yes I'm a king's kid. My Father is the king over everything. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe. So I will sing this song 'cause I know that I belong to the king of the universe.
Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them. Hey Andy, I'm glad that we read John 13:1-17 twice before we summarise it into our own words. But before we do that, let's say prayer. Dear God, please guide us. Thank you. Hey Andy, would you like to start summarising first?
Yeah, sure, Shane. Well, Jesus and his disciples were going to have a meal together. And Judas was getting ready to betray Jesus. But you know, Jesus knew this.
And then Jesus got up to wash the disciples' feet.
Yeah. And when Jesus got to Simon Peter, Peter said that he didn't want his feet washed. And in verse 8, Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." Then Peter decided that he wanted his whole body washed.
And when Jesus had finished washing their feet, he told them that they needed to wash each other's feet. And he also told them that there was not one greater than another. Hey Andy, there are 5 questions in the Discovery Bible program. Question 1, what's new?
Well, Shane, how come Jesus was washing their feet?
Well, Andy, I think because they used to walk everywhere in sandals back then and the roads were dusty and dirty, they would usually wash their feet when they went into a house. But there was nobody to do it this time, so Jesus decided to do it himself.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Andy, question 2 is what surprises you?
Well, Peter didn't want his feet washed, but then he wanted his whole body washed.
Well, that surprises me too, Andy. And question number 3, what don't you understand?
Well, Judas was one of Jesus' disciples. Why would he betray Jesus?
Well, Andy, I don't really think that Judas understood what was happening. And because he was offered lots of money, that influenced him. So, Andy, from this passage, what will you obey or apply?
Well, if Jesus could serve others, then maybe I could do that as well.
That's a very good answer. I think I would like to serve other people as well. What are some of the things we could do to serve others, Andy?
Well, possibly something like helping Mum do the dishes or helping Dad wash the car or mow the lawn.
I could help my sister do her homework, Andy. And question number 5 is what will you share with someone this week?
Well, what I got was that no one is greater than anyone else in God's eyes. That means I'm pretty important, doesn't it, Shane?
You sure are, Andy. You're very important. In fact, we're just as important as each other. Hey, Andy, let's say prayer. Dear God, thank you for your word. Help us to follow you. Amen. Do you want to come back next week, Andy, and do this again?
Yeah, sure, Shane. That sounds great.
Oh, cool.
Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet.
Hi everyone, my name is Nurse Betty. One of the things I love to do is to teach boys and girls how to stay healthy. Today, I'd like to talk about social distancing. Social distancing means staying far enough away from other people to reduce the spread of the virus. Viruses can be spread by coughing or sneezing or spitting, or if our hands aren't clean. A safe distance is about the length of a guitar. If you take 2 big steps backwards, this is your safe distance from other people. When we see people we know, even in our own family, we can wave and smile, but not kiss, hug or high five or fist bump. You can start elbow or toe taps instead, or even bow or practice your curtsy. By not touching other people with our hands, we can reduce the spread of the virus. You can be a hero by protecting your friends and family by keeping a safe distance. Boys and girls, remember that Jesus loves you. Take care of your body and take care of each other.
How you going, kids? Steve here again. I've got another story to tell you from the Bible. It's set in Jerusalem, just before the Passover, and people were coming into the city from all over the country. The city was very, very busy. All the disciples were with Jesus, and they asked him, "Where do you want to eat tonight to celebrate the Passover?" Jesus sent 2 of them out to go and hang out in the city. He told them, "Wait for a bloke to come up to you with a jug of water. Then follow him, because he will take you to the place where we will eat tonight." The story is called The Last Supper. You can read about it in the Bible. This is how the disciple John remembers it. It was not long before the Passover festival, and because he loved his disciples so much, he wanted to spend time and hang out with them as long as he could. And because Jesus loved to serve others, so an evening meal was organised. They were all sitting around having a good feed and a good time. Normally when they came to a place, a servant would wash their feet, but that didn't happen this time. They didn't have cars like lots of us do to travel from place to place. They had to walk on dusty, dirty roads. They only wore sandals, so their feet got pretty dirty. None of them wanted to wash anyone else's feet. So they all sat there with dirty feet. Jesus loved to serve others, so since no one else volunteered, Jesus got up, took off his outer garments, chucked a towel around his waist, put some water in a bowl, and started to wash the disciples' feet, drying them off with the towel. They were all a bit embarrassed that Jesus was the one who was serving them. When Jesus came to Peter, Peter said, "You gonna wash my feet?" Jesus said, "Yes. You don't understand what I'm doing at the moment, but you will in time." Peter said, "You're not washing my feet." Then Jesus said, "Well, if I don't, you can't have anything to do with me anymore." Then Peter said, "Well, then don't just wash my feet, wash my whole body." Jesus said, "I don't need to, Peter, because you're already clean. I only need to wash your feet." But not all of you are clean, because he knew that one of his disciples, Judas, was about to betray him later that evening. Jesus finished washing all their feet, got dressed, and sat down. "Do you know what I've just done for you?" he said. "You call me Lord and Teacher, and yes, that is true. So now because I have washed your feet, you need to wash each other's feet." Jesus said, "There is no one greater than anyone else, so humble yourself and treat others the same way you would like them to treat you. If you do this, you will be blessed." Jesus showed us that it is important to serve others. Take care, kids. See you next time.
I've been created by my Father in heaven. He knows me from the inside out. He knows the best way for me to be happy. All this I have no doubt, so I'm gonna make God's way my way. Why don't you try this too? I'm gonna make God's way my way. The best way for me and for you. I'll read God's message for me in my Bible and talk to Him when I pray. I know God's love for me is totally reliable. I'll trust Him in every way. So I'm gonna make God's way my way. Why don't you try this too? I'm gonna make God's way my way. The best way for me and for you. So I'm gonna make God's way my way. Why don't you try this too? I'm gonna make God's way my way. The best way for me and for you. The best way for me and for you. The best way for me and for you.
Grandpa, it's time to give back to God. That's right, it is. What are you thankful for this week, Shane? I'm thankful for our healthcare workers who are so busy right now. I've been praying for them all week. Yes, they are doing an amazing job, and we need to keep praying for them. They care for us when we are really sick. Right now, they are all very busy, tired and stressed. Did you know that part of stewardship is caring for our bodies, Shane? So social distancing, isolation, washing our hands and listening to what our government and health officials say is caring for our bodies? Yes, Shane, it is caring for our bodies and our community, which is all part of stewardship. We also care for our bodies by eating right, staying away from harmful substances and exercising. Thanks, Grandpa. I'm going to wash my hands right now. Then I might do some push-ups. I will too, Shane. Not so sure about the push-up bit, but I might go for a walk around the farm. But first, let's log on to egiving.org and give back to God. Even though we are not at church, we can still give online. Awesome, Grandpa. I'll go and grab your wallet. I love helping to e-give. Thanks, Shane. And remember, Everyone can log on to their denomination and find out how to give online too. Hey Grandpa, I'm so glad we can give back to God to help His work. Remember Shane, you can never outgive God. Do you know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honour God with your bodies. 1 Corinthians 6:19-20.
Hi everyone, my name's Kyra and today we're making an origami eye. If you don't have a square, fold the corner like this. Then cut the extra bit off. Now fold the square on the other diagonal. Open your square up. Sit with a point facing you. We are going to put 3 folds on the bottom side, like this. First, we will fold the corner to the middle. Then open it again. Then fold the tip to the center of your fold that you have just done. Next, fold it all up. And then repeat the same fold on the other side. Next, flip the whole thing over. Then fold the tips to the center. Now we have to create the shape of our eye. Fold each corner from halfway. Turn it over and push out the eyelid. Now for the colouring. To do this, we have to unfold it again. Draw a circle in the middle of the diamond. Then draw another circle in the middle. That's for your pupil. Now to choose some colour. You might want to look at someone's eye just so you can get some ideas. First of all, I think we need some black for our pupil. What colour should I add now? Blue, like my eyes. Now I think I'm going to outline the iris with black. I've left a bit of white where the light might reflect. Now let's fold it back up. Here's my eye. It's optional if you want to colour the outside and add a bit of eyelashes. Now it's finished. You could even make another one and turn it into lips, like this one. Goodbye.
G'day there boys and girls, and welcome along to Balloon Kaboom. And again, I've got my friend here with me, Pastor Darren. G'day there, Pastor Darren.
Hi, Arnie. Hi, boys and girls.
And what are we going to be talking about and making today?
Well, today I've got some tangerine balloons and see if you can guess what it might be, boys and girls.
Yes. Yeah, see if you can guess, boys and girls.
I'm going to pump up the balloon.
Tangerine. I love tangerine.
It is a good colour. I'm going to start by making the head of this animal.
That's a big clue, boys and girls. It's an animal.
1 bubble, 2 bubbles, 3 bubbles, and roll it through. So I'm going to pinch the balloon.
Yep, pinch the balloon. Out.
Not you, Arnie, the balloon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm going to make the top of the head.
Right, the top of the head.
Another pinch bubble.
Yep.
And then the other side of the head.
Right.
Join them together. And there it is.
Oh, wow.
Now put the head down for a minute.
Okay, that's just the head.
Inflate another tangerine balloon
Right.
for the body.
Right.
Tie it off. Join in the second balloon.
Yep.
A lovely long neck.
Right.
2 front legs or paws.
Oh, paws. There's another clue,
Yeah,
boys
put
and
the
girls.
paws on.
It's got paws.
And a body.
Right.
There. And a back leg. And a paw. And a paw. Back leg.
It's got 4 paws.
And leave a tail.
4 paws.
Now I need to give him a lovely black nose.
A lovely black nose. That might be a clue, boys and
That's a
girls.
big clue. And put some eyes onto this animal.
Yeah.
Join in at the head.
Needs eyes.
1 eye.
1 eye.
And 2 eyes.
2 eyes. Yes, it's got 2 eyes. Aye.
You need some ears.
He knows he needs ears.
Some ears on the top of the head.
Yeah, ears. Right. Big ears. Ear. That looks good.
What was that one, honey?
I said ear. That looks good.
Okay.
Yep.
A lovely red tongue hanging out.
Oh.
Big clue.
A red tongue.
And finally, I'm going to give him some eyes.
Yeah. Very good.
And there he is.
Oh, there he is, Pastor Darren. Yeah, I'm going to have a guess. I'm going to say reindeer.
A reindeer?
It's not a reindeer.
No, not a reindeer. It's not even Christmas time, Arnie.
Okay. Actually, I'm pretty positive I know what it is now.
Yeah, you know, boys and girls?
Oh, I have several of these on the farm.
You do?
Yes. Dog.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a dog.
It's a dog, right.
Not just any dog. It's a service dog. You've heard of service dogs, boys and girls? Can you think where dogs help us? Do you know, Arnie?
Oh, I do. I've got a friend who's blind and he has a Labrador and it helps him to walk around the streets.
That's right. A seeing eye service dog. What about on the farm? How do dogs help you on the farm, Arnie?
Well, I've got some cattle dogs and they help me round up the sheep.
Round up the sheep?
Yep.
Blue heeler or a kelpie?
You got but one of each.
One of each?
Yeah.
I wonder where else dogs help. What about police dogs?
Oh, yeah, police. They usually have German Shepherds.
So there's all sorts of service dogs. Do you know that in the Bible it says that Jesus came to serve us? In fact, in this episode, we're learning how Jesus served his disciples and how we can serve like Jesus. So next time you see a service dog like the blind people, or a hearing dog, or a police dog, or a farm dog, remember that a dog is a person's best friend, and Jesus came to serve us and show what it means to serve others.
Fantastic. I love to serve God.
I do too. How about you, boys and girls? You want to take him home?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
There you go.
G'day, mate. How you going? Anyway, we're going to go now. So from balloon kaboom, we'll catch you later.
See you, Pastor Darren.
Bye, Arnie. Bye, boys and girls.
Isn't it great to cooperate? Don't argue and fight, just do what is right. Let's work together with God on our side. Isn't it great to cooperate? Isn't it great to cooperate? Don't argue and fight, just do what is right. Let's work together with God on our side. Isn't it great to cooperate? God loves all of us, no matter who we are. He made us real special and the very best by far. So how about if I just try to get along with you, and then we can cooperate together? Isn't it great to cooperate? Don't argue and fight, just do what is right. Let's work together with God on our side. Isn't it great to cooperate? It's so much better when we work together. We're gonna get along just like it says in this song. It's so much better when we work together. We're gonna get along just like it says in this song. Isn't it great to cooperate? Don't argue and fight, just do what is right. Let's work together with God on our side. Isn't it great to cooperate? Isn't it great to cooperate? Don't argue and fight, just do what is right. Let's work together with God on our side. Isn't it great to cooperate?
Serving others really matters. Jesus set us the example as he served those around him. What are you going to do this week, boys and girls, to serve the people who are around you? Why don't you follow Jesus' example and help out too? Anyway, I'll look forward to catching up with you all again next week. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.
I'm a king.